Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel JB's Lecture. I am Joy Bhattacharya and this is the third video in my channel. And this video is definitely an extension of the last two videos. My last two videos are based on the poem of class 11 ISC board syllabus, that is The Gift of India, written by Sarojini Naidu. So in my last video you can get a precise explanation of the entire poem, and this video will be about the probable questions that you may have from this particular poem in your examinations. So this is my request to all of you that please follow this particular video right from the very beginning till the end, because here you will get 10 probable questions which may come in your examinations. Okay, fine. So right at the very beginning, I intend to give you a suggestion of how to create great answers, and how to not merely how to create great answers, but how to create it, or how to create the answers of other questions within short time period. There is one particular trick, that is, I don't know how many of you know about it, that is, always go for a mother answer. Now what is a mother answer? Mother answer is actually an answer of 5 to 6 pages. Okay, it can be based on anything. It can be based on a poem, a prose, or a story, or a novel, or even a drama. Understood? So create that 5 or 6 pages answer, that is called a mother answer, where you will include everything. It can be actually, it must be the analysis of each and every line of the poem, of the theme, of the rhyme scheme of each and everything, so that whenever you will go for that particular one answer, okay, you can get the answers of each and every question that may come from the poem. Understood? So it actually, or it must be an one stop solution. That is called a mother answer. Mother answer could be big. Mother answer could be even bigger than 4 to 5 pages that I have just said. Understood? So create it. Take some time right now, so that afterwards you need lesser time to prepare yourself. Whenever you will understand anything, it can be any poem, it can be any prose or a novel or a drama, just go for writing. Once you write, you can judge yourself only, that how are you writing. You people will always go for the ready-made answers. Fine, you can get some common questions. Actually, you used to get some common questions in your board examinations, but all of a sudden, out of the blue, when the very pattern of the question paper would get changed, okay, and you would be the very first batch confronting this particular change, then you will fall in a very false situation. And I really don't want my students, or the viewers who are actually watching my videos, to fall in such a bad situation. That is why always prepare yourself and try to write by yourselves, create notes by yourselves. It could be an amalgam of different sources. Like suppose the first paragraph you have taken from a particular website, and the next two paragraphs from another website, then you are going for some other answers from some other books. Okay, then you are going for the suggestions of your tutors, of your teachers, and likewise you are making an answer where it is actually an amalgam of everyone's opinions. Understood? And thus you are making a note. And one another way of making notes is writing by yourself. Read from different sources, and then implement your own voice, your own words, in order to create your own note. The second option, or the second one, is really good, that is brilliant. It will always increase your imagination power. At the very beginning, probably you could get like how to write, you could halt, but afterwards, with the flow, you will definitely go ahead. Understood? So I think that I am able to make you understand about the very concept of mother answer. So now let us just move, or let us just go for the discussion of 10 such questions which are very very important, okay, from the gift of India. So let us start. Okay, So you can see the very first question, that is the theme of the poem. The theme of the poem is a question which is very important and very common as well. As you all can understand that the Gift of India is a very renowned war poem. Okay, written by Sarojini Naidu. She was a freedom fighter. Definitely you know about it, and she is also known as the Nightingale of India. Okay, so the Gift of India, this particular poem, if you will be asked about the theme of the poem, you can write in this way. This poem is actually a tribute to the contribution of the Indian soldiers in World War the One. The Indian soldiers fought the battle for the colonizers, and bravely, with great courageousness, they brought victory to the foreign lands. But unfortunately, their bodies were buried in those lands, and their own mothers, including their mother country, couldn't see them for the last time. Understood? So that is the very theme of the poem. In this particular poem, Mother India herself speaks up for those unfortunate mothers who cried silently, for those unfortunate mothers who lost their children buried in some other foreign lands with great, inattentiveness, carelessness. Understood? So that is the very theme of the poem, and after that you can just start the first paragraph in this way, then go for the analysis of the rest of the four paragraphs. Okay, or analysis of the four paragraphs of the particular poem. Understood? That is basically an analysis of the poem, line by line explanation of the poem. And yes, if you want to enhance the very standard of your answer, then definitely go for quotations. Okay, quote some lines from the poem, so that, and definitely some relevant lines, so that the examiner could have an idea that yes, the child has actually gone through the poem thoroughly. Okay, fine. Now go for the second question. To whom is the poem homage from the poet? The poet speaks up on the behalf of the mother India, who is eulogizing the great works of her sons, many of whom died fighting for the victory of the foreign lands, okay, of the foreign countries. Just like that, you can start the answer, and then again go for the summary of the paragraphs, of those paragraphs where it is written that how Mother India is repenting or regretting, how Mother India is crying for her sons, you can say her lost sons. Okay, so that is actually what this poem actually gives a voice to the unfortunate mothers. Understood? So that I have just told you in the in discussing the very first question, the same answer you can repeat in different way. Question number 3. What does the poem say about the benefits that colonizers have gained from India? A lot of benefits that colonizers got from India. It could start from, snatching away the clothes, snatching away the grains, okay, from India, and it could end in snatching away the lives of the young soldiers, of the young Indians. Okay, so that is how you can form this particular question answers. each and every way india each and every way India helped the colonizers. India just kept on giving to the colonizers. Okay, they kept on continuing the very brutal process of colonization, and India kept on giving and giving and giving the benefits, the opportunities to those colonizers. Understood? Okay, next go for question number 4. What do gifts symbolize? Gifts are often given in commemoration, celebration, and gratitude. Okay, so over here, actually, the gift of India. What is the gift? What is the actual gift? Definitely the life of the youth, the lives of the youth, the lives of the young sons snatched away from the lap of mother country, India. That is the very gift. Okay, that is the very utmost gift of India. We are not talking about the clothes, about the grains, about all the other things that the colonizers, the British Raj, stole from us. Okay, we are only going for the lives, the precious lives which were lost forever. That is the very gift of India. You can write in this particular way. I am just giving you a few hints how to form the answers. Definitely in this video I just cannot write down all the answers over here. You have to create it and write the answers by yourselves and post it in my comment section, okay, or in my comment box. Let me also see how are you thinking or how are you imagining. Okay, so now let us go for the next question. Okay, The Gift of India is a poem which describes suffering of Indians at the hands of English during the colonial period. Support this statement using references from the poem. So definitely it is true that during the very colonial period, during the very particular time period, India was brutally colonized by the British Raj. When World War I happened, that time India was under the very control of the British Raj, and that was so terrible, that was so frantic, you can say, that was so horrible, you can say, that even some Indian soldiers were bound, obliged to fight for other countries where their colonizers lived. Understood? So take or pick up some lines from this particular poem which actually give the very evidences, okay, or you can say which can be used as the supporting statements of this particular statement or of this particular line that is written. The Gift of India is a poem which describes suffering of Indians. Definitely here the Indian soldiers were suffering mentally, definitely physically as well as mentally. They were not fighting for India, and most of their friends, you can say relatives, you can say other citizens, you can say other people of India, most of the Indians, you can say, actually understood them wrong. They considered those Indian soldiers to be the betrayers. Understood? Okay, now go for question number 6. What is the message conveyed by the poem? You can go for the last paragraph in this particular poem. That is a strong war poem. You all know that. It is a patriotic poem. Understood? Strong war poem, patriotic poem, a contribution, a tribute to the very contribution of the Indian soldiers, as well as it is a remembrance. Okay, it is actually, you can say, a kind of reminiscence, okay, of the very contribution, of the very performances of those Indian soldiers who died ruthlessly, who who were killed, you can say, brutally, and were also buried with great inattentiveness, carelessness, and what not. Understood? So the very message from Sarojini Naidu, the writer, the poet Sarojini Naidu, is that we should not forget the contribution of the Indian soldiers in different aspects. It could not be written even in the history books. Still, we should remember. Okay. Next, go for question number 7. Write the critical appreciation of the poem. It is a very common, question. But yes, this particular question would come in a different way. Like, discuss about the theme of the poem. In that particular question, whenever you are going to answer to this question, write something about the theme. War poem, patriotic poem, something about Sarojini Naidu. Okay, then you start analyzing the stanzas. Understood? Now critical appreciation is nothing but almost the same. Now go for question number 8. What is meant by silent they sleep? Who were sleeping? Definitely the dead Indian soldiers were sleeping, and definitely they were sleeping silently because they were dead. They were buried. Okay, they were broken physically, mentally, they were shattered. Understood? And through all such deaths, actually, the victory came to those foreign countries. And what did we get in return? We didn't get anything. Even we didn't get the dead bodies of our sons. Understood? So that is what that could be written in this particular way as an answer to this question. Now go for question number 9. What are the rich gifts that Mother India gave the world? Definitely, just a minute. What are the rich gifts that Mother India gave the world? Rich gifts, you can talk about the clothes, about the grains which are written in the book, which are written in the poem. Otherwise, definitely the very souls, the very lives of the young soldiers. Okay. Number 10, question number 10. What does Naidu suggest in the last line of the poem, The Gift of India? Okay, now just let us go to the last line of the poem. Remember the blood of thy martyred sons. So the last line of the poem is, remember the blood of thy martyred sons. So here that is nothing but a request, an earnest request from the Mother India, okay, to the entire world, to the nations of the entire world, that they should remember the very drops of the blood, okay, which came from the from her martyred sons. Understood? Martyred means what in Bengali? If we talk about it, that means shohid, who were died. Martyred sons actually mean who died, who died while fighting for the foreign countries. Understood? So here it is actually a request. In this, the very last paragraph, in the very last line, the poet requests to the entire nations, to all the nations of the entire world, that they should remember the drops of blood of the martyred sons, of the dead sons of India, young sons of India, who once gave their precious lives in bringing victory for those countries where their own colonizers lived. And that is a huge sacrifice. That is not a compromise, you can say, but that is a sacrifice. Okay, so that is what the last line of the poem provides to us or projects, okay, this particular message. Okay. Okay, so here these are actually the 10 questions that I have discussed with you all. Definitely do not forget to comment in the comment section, or to write whether you have understood or not, or how I have to, or should I actually change the way I am teaching so that you can understand in a better way, or how I should discuss the questions. Okay. Yes, so here I end the video. I am completing the video. Definitely we'll be over here soon, very soon, in the next video on some different chapter. Okay, so for today, bye, take care.